Hello and welcome, it's Adam from betterproposals.io here, and today we are back with another episode of Proposal Breakdown. Now, in today's episode, I have a quote from a printing company for some flyers. So, this chap here has sent through an email which has got usual hi and here's your quote attached type of stuff in it. And he's attached this PDF which is purely a quote. So there's a number of issues that are wrong with this, but the first thing I want to say is obviously this show, if you like, is called Proposal Breakdown and this is a quote. I believe that the print industry should send more proposals or more things that would look like a proposal than simply a one-page quote with a description and a price on it. I think it's okay to send that, I just don't think that's all you should send. So in this particular instance, they've got their branding on it, they've got their address and all that other kind of stuff, they've got quotation, and then they've got this description which is all very, very jargony, very sort of print industry type of wording, and then it's got the quantity and then the price of £60 for these flyers. Not much of an issue with the quote side of things. I would make it less jargony, but that side of it is actually fine. It's more what this is missing than anything else. But the one thing I do want to call these guys out on is this part here. It says, I trust our estimate meets with your approval and look forward to receiving your instructions in due course. Why is it the guy who's receiving this job to figure out what the next step is? It's not a fucking game. It's his business, and they're supposed to tell you what to do. If you want to go ahead, sign here. If you want to go ahead, ring this number. If you want to go ahead, reply with yes in an email. If you want to go ahead, sign your name and press approve proposal. Whatever the situation is, just freaking tell them what to do. It's not that hard. Don't feel weird about it. Just tell them. Trust me when I'm telling you this. They are looking at it going, all right, I want to go ahead with this. What do I do now? They might just assume that they need to reply with an email. But what if they then need to sign an order form, which is very, very common, or sign a contract on the back of this? You've got to tell them. You can't just let them try and figure it out. It's not a game show. Don't treat it like one. Just spell it out for them exactly what you want them to do next. If they want to go ahead, what is the next step? Write it for a 3-year-old. If you do that, you will never get it wrong. So that's my main issue with this. So all of that stuff aside, I'm still not done. Here's what I would do if we're being constructive with this. This is what I would do differently. So the first thing I do want to point out here is I'm not stupid. It's 60 quid. Is it reasonable to send a full-blown proposal for 60 quid? Probably not. It's a bit of an overkill. But that said, I still think you can send more than just this and it be reasonable, okay? So the reason that you do this is because everyone sends the same stuff. You know in the print industry, if you are in the print industry, you know this. Everyone sends the same thing. And I think we've all experienced multiple situations where you've received quotes like this. So here's my like proposed solution here. Use something like Better Proposals, obviously. And the reason I'm suggesting that is because the templating that's built into something like our software or any of our competitors means that the work that you've got to go through to produce this crappy PDF and email is exactly the same work that you'd have to go through to send a really nicely designed, beautiful cover with amazing photography on it, details about who it's for, the introduction, which would basically be the email that is attached to this thing, the quote itself, which is this part, some nice photos really demonstrating that, you use sharp blades when you cut the stock and, you don't have like tatty edges, everything's all nice and squared up and looks nice. These are important details and you can show that with photos, good photos. So don't miss that opportunity to do that. The other thing is most print companies will guarantee their work. So if it comes out, you've been really busy, quality control has been poor, and it's just come out a bit shit, every print company I've ever dealt with will reprint that for free and will never have a problem with it. But so few print companies actually make a point of doing that. One company that does make a big point of this is printed.com. They have a famous guarantee. Almost everybody else does it. They've just made it their thing. So make the point that you will do this. If you will, of course. It gives just that little bit of reassurance to the person that's reading this that if it goes wrong, they're not stuck with a load of dodgy printing and you'll cover the cost of reprinting. I think another thing that's very, very important is including just a small thing about the team member that is going to be dealing with this inquiry. So if you have account management, or maybe you have like a designer that's going to be working with them through the process or whatever it is, just a headshot, a name, an email address. You don't have to have like a full bio or anything like that, but just something that allows you to then relate to the company, what is essentially a faceless company. It's just a nice little bonding thing, just helps somebody go, oh, cool, right, if I get stuck, I can call Jack, awesome. Just a nice it's a nice touch. And the last thing is I would absolutely have a digital sign-off on this thing. So, like I'm saying, there's no next step. They haven't explained that, but that next step could easily be, tell us and we'll let you fill in an order form. You don't need to do that. The price is there, the description is there, the details of the job are there, delivery details are there. Everything that you need to agree on is written down already. All you need to do is somebody to say, yes, that's good. So doing it through Better Proposals or something similar will allow you to add a nice little box at the bottom of your proposal with, you just tell them to type their name, or it tells them to do it for them. They just type their name, press approve proposal, and that's it. Job done. You get an email saying that it's been signed. They get an email saying that they've signed this proposal or signed this quote, and that's it. It's all signed off. So really, I think that there's a lot of improvement that could be made, in the print industry in general, but more specifically, this quote or this proposal. So that's what I do. If you want to line yourself up, put your head on the chopping block and send through what you're currently sending to your customers, I'm more than happy to put you in the queue and do a similar breakdown of what you're sending your customers and give my thoughts on how you can improve that and win more business and more work. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.